Hi, one thing I wanted to show you is in the decisions page. There's a couple of questions that came up in my in-person class, so I would like to just show you how to do something. So I'm going to go into Team Green here and just show you a couple of things just so that you're not missing out on them. The first thing is in the tax page. I saw that some of you had a little bit of higher prices. If you are charging 1.5 or 1.6 to help improve your profitability, which some of you might have done, know that your cost for your product is going to be a little bit higher than potentially your competitors. So while your internal profits seem to be balancing and adjusting appropriately, it is going to also increase your costs because this is a transfer pricing. So when you send things to the US, from US to Asia, you're actually charging 1.5 times the cost. Same with US to Asia, it's 1.6 times. So if I would go over to my marketing page and take a look at Asia, as a quick example, you will see that the cost for the product might be a little bit higher than another team's cost of the product. So that could end up costing you a little bit more in the end. So watch your pricing that way. It does come back to bite you. The other thing that you will have to remember to do is if you research and design some product, make sure to select it in this Technology 1 and 2 section. So pick your product here, estimate a percentage of market share, and then go back into your production and research or your marketing, and you can start to add them in those areas. So if you don't see them, that might be why. Also remember that this is market share. So this isn't the percent additionally that you're going to be selling. This is how much of the market you want. So these are really good market numbers considering everybody started at 20% even market with 5 teams. So if you're somewhere between 20 and 30% for the first couple rounds, that's probably really good until you start doing better. So when you look at the next round, and I'm just going to go to round 2 to see where we're at right now. You can see now, for Team Green, they took 41% of the market last time. I probably wouldn't leave this at 30, I would raise it. So this is something that you can think about. For product 1, you don't have 25% of the market, so maybe you want to lower it a little bit and make your numbers a little bit more realistic. This is going to be your forecasting. So when you're forecasting, remember that the easiest way to forecast is by looking at what you did last round and making it that. So that's one thing that you could do. You can also track what you did each round, and you can start to average what your market share is and put it in here what you estimate it to be. So there were several different forecasting techniques that we learned in operations class. I think it was in operations 1 for most of you that you could also try. But the easiest one is to say, well, what we did last year is what we're going to do this year. You could certainly do that, or you could just incrementally increase it a little bit from there. But definitely take a look at this and make sure that you have that set up appropriately. From a production perspective, I want you to remember that whatever you have down here will get used first. So if you're not selling, I think Tech 1 was where we sold a little bit less, probably for a price perspective on green. You want to reduce your Tech 1 contracting spend so that you make more in-house and you can increase your utilization. So that's something to pay attention to for that area as well. The other thing that I want to point out is for research and design. Let's say I wanted to research and design new features, and last round we did 21 through 65. This round, if we wanted new features, we'd have to put 46,663 in here. 46,663, and then I would get another feature, right? So you move it moved up here. You have to put this number that's in here, and each time you add more features, it's going to cost you more money. So I just wanted to show you that that is where you do that. You can't just put 100 in here. That's not really going to help you. You need to increase that by the number it costs on your right-hand column. So I think that's an important thing to remember too. That's all that I can think of right now, but if you have a specific question that I can help you with, please don't be afraid to ask. Thanks.